In my previous video, I did a soil drench. Now I'm gonna do a foliar spray that will help with pests as well as fungi and help toughen up the plants as well. So what I got going on today, I got my 5-gallon bucket. Stay tuned to the end. If you don't have that many plants or need just a smaller amount, I will show you how to make that dosage at the end of this. But for right now, I'm doing it for 5 gallons because I have a lot of stuff I need to spray. So we're gonna take it from there. The first thing I'm gonna do is add 3 uncoated 325 milligram aspirin. You can break those up. This is gonna sit until the time I get it out there, so I'm not too concerned about that. What that's gonna do is toughen up all the plants, put them in kind of like a defense mode. Next thing I'm gonna do is add 2 tablespoons of baking soda. This acts as a fungicide. So I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of that. All right, 1, 2, we got that there. The next thing I'm gonna add is 4 tablespoons of neem oil. Let me shake this up a little bit. I'm running out of neem oil. All these products you should have already available in your house. Baking soda, dish soap, and aspirin. Only thing you might have to get is the neem oil, but if you don't have neem oil on deck, you definitely get you some of that. So we're gonna go with 4 tablespoons of neem oil. 1, 2, 3, big 3, and 4. Don't worry about overdoing it. This is definitely helping deter the pest on there. And then I'm gonna come in with just 2 tablespoons of regular dish detergent, not anything that's a degreaser or have any scents or anything like that, just your basic detergent. I'm gonna go with 2 tablespoons of this. 1 and 2. Get some of this soap off of here. You can see the neem oil sitting on top. Got that off. I'm just gonna give it a quick stir. Get everything mixed in. I am gonna let it sit for a little while before I actually use it, just so that aspirin can break down. But that's definitely something that's key in this mix, is that aspirin. Like I said, it helps put the plants on defense mode. Do a little research on aspirin in your garden so you know what you're doing. You're not just taking everybody's word for it. I have been using these same things in the past and they have worked. So I got that mixed in pretty good. All my neem oil is pretty much mixed in, and when I go to use it, I'll keep stirring it as I go to spray it on the plants. You can put this like in a gallon spray if you got one, or however you use it. I do have electric sprayers that I will be using, so I'll be using that. So I'm going with the 5-gallon. I could have did this in a 1-gallon sprayer with the hand pump and just had to keep pumping and pumping and pumping. I don't want to do that, so I just use this, drop my little sprayer in there, and I can just hit everything. So we're gonna let this sit for a little while just so that aspirin can break down. This is almost room temperature water, I guess. So I don't know how long it'll break down. I could have crushed it to speed things up and could have got out there a whole lot sooner and used warmer water, but I'm not in a big rush right now. So I'm gonna let this sit, and then what I'm gonna do is just come back, take it outside, get my sprayer, and we're gonna show you how it's done from there. Get all the soap out of here though. Stay tuned. All right, so we finally back out here with it. I got my electronic sprayer. I thought it was clogged, but it's clean. USB operated. You're gonna see how it works in a second. I do have to stir this a little bit. The oil and the water is kind of separated. So what I'm gonna do is give it a quick stir, just to try to get everything. You can see it sitting on the top. So periodically, as I'm applying, I don't have to go through. That's just the neem oil sitting on top to get it to mix back in. And then all I got. All right, what's going on? So I'm about to put it down. As you can see, some of the oil not oil, some of the neem oil is floating at the top. So as I'm going through and applying it, I'm about to come back and just give it a quick stir. And I did get a lot that was on the lid. I need all that in there. So I'm gonna give it a quick mix as best as possible. I have to come and stir it periodically. I do got my electric sprayer back out. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna come over here. We're gonna spray all the plants. The thing I like about this, I can turn it up and I can get the underneath of the plant, because that's where usually everybody's hiding. Look at those tomatoes. Look at that. Looking good down there. So I'm just gonna hit all my tomato plants real quick, and then I'm gonna take it down to what's left of my brassicas. I'm gonna show y'all that, and then I'm just gonna keep it moving, get everything nice and sprayed before this summer heat comes in. I guess it is summer, before this heat sets in. And I'm just spraying all the underneath of anything that can get hit with the spray. All right, stay tuned. All right, gonna give it another quick stir. And from there, we're gonna hit these brassicas. Stirred it up, now I'm gonna hit all my brassica. Only things I'm really concerned with are my brassica and my squash. I'm gonna hit my cucumbers too. And just like so, this electric sprayer makes it so much easier. You can tell I'm getting something that's eating me. I'm getting holes in some of my leaves that are down there. So I'm gonna run the top, then I'm gonna come back and hit the bottom. All right, I'm out here hitting squash. I wanted to get out here before the sun came out, but it is what it is. But I had to get out here though before anything started eating it up. But see, I can just turn that over. Only thing I wish I had like more of a hook on there, so I can get like more underneath it. But yo, this is cool. I can smell that neem oil. Definitely smell that neem. I'm just gonna spray everything really, really well and try to get down by the base and the roots. You know, that's where them squash killers live. So I'm just gonna go through, get all this sprayed up real quick. I'm gonna hit the cucumbers, and that's gonna be that. I see some aphids running around right now as well. I probably should have done this a lot sooner, but it's all right. I can come back out here another few days and give it another rinsing down, but that's it. Look at that guy right there running. He's running. Where is he at? To the right of the stick. Yeah, he's running. So I'm gonna do this real good. I still got about 3 gallons left, so I'm gonna really saturate it really, really well. Then I'm gonna go hit my cucumbers, and that's gonna be that. All right, so as you can tell, I got a couple of cucumbers coming in. But look how small these plants are. I think that's because of my soil situation. Then I got some that's like odd shape. They're not coming in long like they should. Could be the variety as well. Like I said, I did mix them in. I do see some down there that's kind of long. But anyway, like all this yellowing like that, we're gonna see if we can fix some of this that's down there. Try to remove some of this fungus. I did plant a couple more. I planted 4 more yesterday. Well, my daughter did. So I'm gonna spray these down so hopefully we can get something. Same method. Just cutting it on. Trying to get it completely covered. It's gonna be a little tricky getting the back side of this. We'll figure it out. Or underneath it, I should say. Haven't really been too bad as far as pest on them. It's just the coloring of the leaves that I don't like. And the growth. They haven't really. I need to pin him. He's going. Okay, he's working. But they're not really growing like I think they should. but they're producing, which is crazy. So we're gonna try to get this done. Let me get that one back trellised up real quick, and we're gonna take it from there. See y'all on the next one.